Rush Limbaugh weighed in on the Hobby Lobby birth control case, and we all know his position. I don't even need to tell you. But he did give us a very interesting moment here when he let slip what he really thinks about female sexuality. So pay close attention, especially to the very end. It's about a minute in. You'll see what I'm talking about.
When did birth control pills become so important to the human condition the federal government requires every insurance policy to cover them? Eye exams, dental work are not mandated by Obamacare, but contraception is. Birth control pills are. Which is worse? To go blind from lack of regular eye exams, or to get pregnant? And again, pregnancy is something that you have to do to cause. It doesn't just happen to you while you're walking down the street, except in the case of sexual abuse. But in the normal, everyday flow of events, pregnancy requires action that has consequences. And yet we treat it as a great imposition that women need to be protected from. It's a sickness, it's a disease, it's whatever, and there's got to be a pill for it. And yet they wouldn't have the problem if they didn't do a certain thing. It's that simple.
Ah, so we get what it's really about at the end. You wouldn't have a problem if you guys would just stop fucking. Oh, you dirty slut, you. Look at all you running around having sex with all these different people. If you just stopped doing that, you wouldn't need to take birth control. Look at how silly that belief system is. He's letting you know that his mind is stuck back in an era from like the 1700s. That the man should control the women and he should make sure that she's not a floozy going around town, enjoying herself, maybe looking around for the best suitable partner. His view is, know your place. Women shouldn't be fucking. Definitely shouldn't pleasure fuck. If you would just stop doing that, we wouldn't have an issue with birth control. We wouldn't even need birth control. Rush Limbaugh and a lot of conservatives are simply against human nature. Okay? The urge to want to have sex, the urge to fuck. Okay, that's something that we all experience. I mean, maybe there's a tiny number of people, a tiny percent that's asexual, that they're just not interested in sex at all. But everybody else falls somewhere on the sexuality spectrum and has to some degree, a libido and a sex drive, and, they want to do what they want to do. It's fun, man. We're biologically wired to like it. But look at Rush Limbaugh. No. Repress it. I don't want you fucking. If you just didn't fuck, we wouldn't have this whole birth control situation. Stop fucking. Just stop it. Yeah, because that always works out well. All the countries in the world where they try to repress their sexual urges, they are some of the worst places on the planet. People are walking around all pent up. They're ready to do violence. They're ready to hurt people. I mean, for fuck's sake, do you realize how much more at ease and relaxed people are if they're getting off consistently? But he's anti-human nature. It's hardwired in our head. It's in our DNA. It's in our genetics. But he wants you to fight it. I always make this comparison, but it's like somebody saying, I don't want you to shit anymore. You shit too much. Sorry, fight it. I don't want you to pee. You breathe too much. It's a problem. You're addicted. You can't go a day without doing it. Stop doing it. But it's ridiculous, right? You eat too much. Why are you eating? I mean, it's terrible. Stop eating. Why can't you just stop it for a week? Just a week. It's a biological urge. Physiologically, it's something we're all inclined to do. It's in our programming. But he's like, no, fight it, especially the women. Now notice for the men, he doesn't have anything to say. Nothing about that. Nothing about, these men are going around too much, having too much sex. No, only focuses on the women. And you know how you know that that's the case? What else is covered by health insurance that's specifically for pleasure fucking? Viagra. Rush Limbaugh didn't do a similar rant about Viagra. Why is that covered by health insurance? I mean, it's not as important as your eyes. It's not important as your teeth like a dentist would be. That's not always covered, but Viagra's covered by health insurance. Why is that the case? I didn't hear that rant, Rush. Why is that? There were stories of Rush Limbaugh. I think he was going to Costa Rica. He was caught with the bucket of Viagra. And this asshole's going to rant about pleasure fucking to women and tell them they can't do it? Look, just shut the fuck up, dude. You have no credibility at all. Hey, look, you're wrong no matter how you slice it or dice it, but at least be consistent. At least say, look, I don't want Viagra covered either by health insurance. But that's not what you say. You have no problem with that. You know, because you use it and you love it. And by the way, birth control isn't just used for fucking. We've gone over this 1,000 times, but there are serious problems. For example, if women have cysts on their ovaries, which is very painful, it's a serious medical condition. It's the pill that stops that. The pill is what they give you to essentially cure you. It helps you tremendously with that. Okay, but he doesn't know that. Okay, if he did, he probably would brush it aside anyway. But it all goes back to that mindset. Wow, if they just stopped doing it, it wouldn't need to be covered. The hypocrisy is unending, man. He's fine with health insurance premiums going to the health insurance companies and them getting Viagra, but he's not fine with health insurance premiums going to the health insurance companies and women getting the pill.